So anyway, we're going to open the floor up for questions and answers questions from the floor. So if anyone has a question, Sunil?
Yeah, about 6 years ago, we did a youth leadership program at ICC. That time I noticed every student we would ask, why are you here? And they would say, my mom told me to come there, or dad told me. And I always wondered, how do you talk to kids at that age to motivate them to join, come and do a youth leadership program? Who wants to take the question?
I think we found that if there is a parent who is urging their son or daughter to join, ask the child to bring some friends along, because that seems to help. If they come by themselves, they are very self-conscious. But if they have one or two friends with them, it seems to help. Didn't we find that help?
Oh, sure. It's a good way to get more than one at a time, because they do feel more secure.
Yeah.
I noticed that parents really do have influence on the students. If the parent says you will come, maybe they'll show up once or twice at least, and they realize this is something their parents support, and once they come, I think they see the value of it. It's hard breaking the ice, but my experience was they saw the value once they showed up, and so it's good for parents to suggest, try it. There's no long-term commitment.
And some of the students who stayed on in the program, they told us at the end that they had learned a lot. They felt much better about speaking in front of a group. They had fun, and they made new friends. That was really important to them.
Thank you. Another question, Jennifer?
How long do the sessions typically last? It sounds like you guys focused on semesters, and Sharon, yours is for years. Is it, 8-week program and then you turn it over, or how do you manage how long to run the program?
At Gunn, we told the counselor that we were going to follow essentially the program in the manual, 8 workshops. So we'd start out with the first workshop, and we'd let them know what was going to happen. The students stayed on, and so at Gunn, we were going 8 workshops per semester. So that was our program, and we basically followed the manual.
Ours is 8 weeks also, but we meet every other week for 90 minutes. And it's once a year.
We were just doing 1 hour.
And
16 kids.
And we're trying to pick 8 weeks during the semester without any breaks. So there will not be a spring semester break or anything of the sort. And that seemed to be working really well.
If there's someone who's interested in helping with a youth leadership but doesn't have the energy of Bill to cold call everybody at a school, people they don't know, is there anywhere to get involved with youth leaderships that are already in progress?
Well, you have 3 people right here, and of course, I believe it falls under, is it membership or Lieutenant Governor membership? Because generally, when people contact Toastmasters, the inquiries are directed to the district office. So that would be one way. The other way is, I said, we're right here. So please, we want people to get involved. So we'd be more than happy.
We are actually thinking and planning to do one more this summer if we can. And I have asked one of our members, Leo, to take the leadership in doing so. If you want to help out, that would be great.
It would be very useful to have something on D4TM or some place that people could contact, because I know several people who have tried to be involved with youth leaderships and given up.
And normally in Toastmasters, they're expected to be sponsored by a club, not just an individual, because there is some expense involved. SAP sponsors this club. On my side, the parents actually pay a fee. And I used to feel guilty because even though I do buy the materials, paper, supplies, gifts, that sort of thing, in Fremont, the community education program they have, that meets with Parks and Recreation, they have communication for 3 to 5-year-olds, 6 to 8, 9 to 11, 12 to 13, up to I think to 15. 8 or 9 weeks. It's $295. I didn't feel guilty for my 30 bucks. So, anyway, any more questions?
Can I just mention that D4TM has a link. You can do a search at the top, and it takes you to Youth Leadership Program. And there's a link at the bottom. This might be the very way I got into it. It says, for more information, contact Lieutenant Governor Marketing. And then you can click on that link and send a email.
A few years ago, that didn't work, but
Hopefully. Yes.
It does fall under Lieutenant Governor Marketing, and it's always one of those things that it's not kind of a critical mission for that position, so it tends to not get as much attention as it could. So I think having a youth leadership coordinator, like Bill said a couple of years ago, I had a couple of guys who tried and it didn't work so well, and Bill's been helping out this year, and so I'm sure the new LGM is going to look at that. And I think the key is matching the requests with the volunteers, and it's a matchmaking role that's not always that easy, but I certainly think it's something that the new LGM is going to look at.
It's very difficult. One more question? Okay, well, we'll be here for a while. If you have any questions, please feel free to come up and ask. We'd be happy to answer. And I want to thank our panelists, Linda Gustafson and Bill Copeland. Give them a big hand. I hope you're all looking to the undiscovered gem of Toastmasters, Mr. Toastmaster.